Okay, everyone. I talked to Tammy. I'm probably going to just jump off. The reason for it, I'll explain it. The reason I've been trying to show this love towards Tammy today and all that stuff is because, boiling it down to larger concepts here, at the end of January, she was told that, the end of February, her business, like the place that she currently works at, the building itself no longer has a lease. Due to the fact that they no longer have a lease, they're just going to stop that one, save a little bit of money, and what they're going to do is Tammy's going to work from home and get a little bit of a raise. Um, because the concept that they're not paying for that building anymore, they're just going to put the money into more employees, like more of the employee salaries. So she's been working on getting that all situated and getting that all done. She was finally given a date a couple weeks in, or like a couple days into February. She was given an exact date, which is the 22nd, which is basically next week from recording of this, or the streaming of this, slash if you're actually, you know, live, next week. She basically starts working from home. However, she was just informed today that they're going to further optimize things, which basically means that she is no longer has a job. So she just found out today that she is being fired next week. So that is the whole the whole thing. Their concept is that they're optimizing things. So due to that, it's not like it's her performance. It's not like it's anything she's done. Her and her coworker, because she only has one that works at the branch here. They're both being let go. According to Tammy, her two regional managers, because she has two, mostly because the company has one has two different sections in the company. One is, let's call it Company A, which is the parent company as well, and then Company B, which is what Tammy works for. And Company B, their regional manager is about 12 hours away. So Tammy talks to her all the time, but she's about 12 hours away. And the other regional manager lives in town, and he works for Company A more, but he basically, because he lives closer, he's more hands-on, or able to be more hands-on. But even according to both of them, they are both blindsided. They were like, it was something that happened quite quickly. They'd once they found out that they were going to do it, apparently before telling Tammy, they both tried to convince them to keep Tammy involved, because not only does Tammy do a great job at her job, she's like done things inside the company that have helped the company out. Like legitimately, she was just given it's not a reward, it's like a verbal reward. Like a kudos, like a, like, good job. Like, like it was a meeting that everyone had, and one of the guys basically, they call it like a core values or whatever like that. I think it's something like that. But the idea behind it is like they gave a praised. Okay, thanks, Sam. So you want to use the word praised because Tammy legitimately just helped make a spreadsheet to help better balance things for the entire company. So literally, she made a spreadsheet that Tammy used that helps balance her stuff easier. So, and then gave it, then basically, showed it to one of the people, and they literally modified it slightly because, they have to modify it slightly to make sure it works for everything and everyone. And it's more user, a little bit more friendly, and then basically he gave praise to Tammy because she made it. With, so like, it's not like Tammy's like not done stuff, like, so it's crazy that they're doing this. Not just that, but like Tammy has like, according to Tammy, which I'm not arguing with, when she originally was starting to close, she was telling people that she was going to be moving to online, and like what was it? Something like 50% of her clientele had told her that they would, when they've dealt with online before, and they hated it, and that they would rather it's just some way that they can get through her. And she basically was like, yeah, if you do this and this, you'll go through me instead of anyone else. And like I said, 50% of them are like, awesome. That's how we're going to do things because I don't want to go any other way. And then the other like 25% is old people that don't have emails, and the other 25 don't really matter. But no, like so it's crazy that they're getting rid of her. So it's been a confusing day today, just because the fact that on paper Tammy's like one of their better employees. Like even like on paper, going back to that, literally they have a pay cycle thing. So for your position, you get paid blank amount of money. And they have a like where it's like you can't be paid more for your position, because what was happening is the fact that when the company B was owned by someone else before, some people were getting paid ridiculous amounts of money for like, jobs that they should not have had. Like they were just getting paid too much. So there was basically a system put in place to make sure that couldn't happen again. So I think it's like a 3-tier system, and within the 3-tier system is another 3-tier system. I could be wrong about that exact details, but it's just something Tammy quickly said to me, tried to explain to me, and yeah. So basically, there's a 3-tier system for each position, kind of idea, and she basically is at the top of the position she's in. She's the top of her position, like tier 1, and then she's also the top of the tier 1 section. Like she's basically making almost as much money as she possibly can. And I think the only reason they didn't max her out is the fact that they weren't sure when the next time there was going to be a raise in that numbers, and they wanted to be able to still give Tammy a raise if something came up. Kind of like that little sneaky little tactic of like, making sure that they can still give her a raise. But yeah, like she was like so like just with the concept of how they were paying her, she is the top of that section, meaning she's worthy of that pay. She also, going back to all this stuff, literally in August, September, October, was it October, November, or was it just October? Did you get her in November? Anyway, in that time frame, freaking August, September, October area, Tammy worked primarily that company, that branch alone. She did so much goddamn work for that company in those 3 months. And Tammy's also one of the highest for Group B's. For Group B's stuff, Tammy's business was the highest grossing. So it was even November as well? Yeah. Tammy's is the highest grossing of her Group B's. So like the company B, she's the highest grossing company, outdoing even sometimes online. Like online, her only competition is online department, who deals with all of the province. So like she deals with one town, they deal with all of a province, and she was still competing with them. All right, Tams? Like, so the fact that she can do that stuff, also do it alone, also come up with concepts of like there was times when when they switch a new program, Tammy's one of the beta testers for the new programs, because Tammy realizes how to not only break things or fix things, but also knows how to make things, like when she's doing it, she then explains it to the tech department with great wording, yeah. Yeah, so Tammy's even bringing up the fact that she basically she the only competition she had was online, and there are multiple people, and she's one that was running it in that time frame. So like the fact that when she was getting put to online, she was really looking forward to it because not only does she get to work from home and all that stuff, she gets to see how quickly she can start doing some of these things. Like, she would be so efficient. But yeah, she's trying, like she's saying in my chat, she helped test the programs out to the point where the she helped train people on the new program. The new program that isn't even out yet. Like it gets released on Tuesday, and she's the one that like freaking helps people to get trained in it. So it's mind-boggling that they're removing her where they could have like just been like putting her in those positions where she could actually like start doing the stuff that she's already doing, but just from at home. Which is not surprising. And the thing is that most of her not employees, her coworkers, all work outside of our town. Like the only one of them works here. Yeah, and that was the thing that, like I said, Tammy's like bringing up is like the fact of like, and that was the weird part. It's the fact that she's done so much. Like she's like, there's been times when she's been praised about how good she is in her position, how good she is over like her regional manager, the one that lives in town, legitimately was trying to teach her how to do it, like how to do regional manager stuff, because he wanted to make sure she had like more training because she was just absorbing it all and working with it all and doing so well, and then just to have it where she wakes up today, goes to work, and they are firing her, and like it's so fucking weird. We're not supposed to talk about the severance, but I'm going to state for the record that her regional managers, the two of them, apparently they, like I said, they went to bat to have her stay. They couldn't understand why she was being fired. They are confused as fuck. But on top of that, they fought for her having a good severance. Apparently, she does have a good severance, according to what Tammy was saying. Like, apparently, according to it is... I'm not going to go into details, because, again, she's not supposed to talk about her severance. But as far as I understand, it is actually, like, beyond what most people would get. Which would make sense. Like, again, not just that, but, like, one of her coworkers from a different city, completely, said that she's actually looking for a new job now. Because she even feels betrayed. The fact that they would fire Tammy like the way they are is confusing as fuck to them. Like, so they're even starting to, like, they would understand, like, anyone would understand if Tammy had done something wrong. But they're literally just downsizing and can't find a place for Tammy. Which is mind-boggling. Because, like I said, even just, like, the concept on paper, Tammy helps with making programs. She helps train people in programs. Like, she doesn't, like, do any of the programming herself. But, like, literally, she, like, they'll give her the program, and she will have to work with it for, like, a couple days. And when she does that, she literally gives them feedback. That's what I was looking for earlier. She gives them detailed feedback on what works, what doesn't, what she would think would work better. And they've literally modeled other past programs based on this information. Like, one of the guys, like, when something breaks, the one guy loves dealing with Tammy first. Because when something breaks, Tammy tries everything that she can before contacting him. Then when she contacts him, explains everything she tried. So, like, when something actually happens, like when something happens, like it's like for example, like Tammy explained to him once, in short, I'm not going to give huge details, but like she's like, okay, so my problem here is that this is not as user friendly as it should be. It would be better if it was this way. And then one guy goes, okay, I'll look into that, and changed it. Like Tammy talked about, like she wrote standard operating procedures for them. Like apparently, according to, again, going with the reference thing because you're bringing it up, according to Tammy, her two regional managers are 100% going to give her a like shooting star fucking reference. Like, so she's, it's just weird that head office doesn't see it, which is really weird because head office used to see it. So it's kind of like this weird concept that like everything was like that's the thing is like on paper, Tammy does not have a fucking clue why she's being shut down. Like their argument is like her her whew, her problem is the fact that like when she went and like on paper, like they have always praised her. They've always talked to her about stuff. They've always like fucking like treated her like she did great work. Like Tammy's only fault. To be fair, Tammy's only fault is that she doesn't believe enough in herself. Like her regional managers have brought this up before, where Tammy will be like, okay, well, I think my performance is, out of 10, I think my performance is like maybe a 7, maybe like 6.5 or something like that. Like there's room for improvement. I could get better, etc., etc. And one of her regional managers went, Tammy, you're like a 10. She's like, no, I'm not a 10, because no one can be a 10. And they're like, no, Tammy, you're a 10. Like, and that's them saying it. It's not even like me blowing smoke up Tammy's ass. Like, they were the ones fucking doing it. It's not like they were trying to blow smoke up Tammy's ass either. It's they really do believe that, she was great. Because she is. Like, so, like, it's so fucking confusing. It's so fucking aggravating that it came to this, which is like, but we think that, or at least I think, I should really state this, I think that company A is going to close company B. I thought when they were going to be online parts, I thought they were just going to start converting company B to straight online. So you wouldn't have to have a brick and mortar building. You could just do straight online, which means that you could do online anywhere within our province, because you wouldn't have to worry about the fact of like, oh, well, I'm only in X city. I can't loan outside of X city. Online can't do it anymore. So I thought that's what they were going to do, is just start converting everyone to online. And then they did this. And it's really now making me think that maybe they're just going to straight out get rid of Company B. Which is crazy. Just fucking crazy. Maybe they've lost money from Company B. Maybe they're having the two companies. They're not making the more money that they thought they were going to make. Maybe they're losing money. Who knows? But because they're not bringing up a company wide, it's starting to get to the point where now I think a lot of the other companies, or a lot of the other employees, are going to start questioning things quickly. I'm not sure what's going on, but nonetheless, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the thing that we've been doing with today. Why I've been trying to tell you guys to send love to Tammy. She does feel betrayed, like she said, because like I said, she had really believed, like, there was an opportunity for her to leave at one point. One of her friends moved to which was also another employee, had quit the company and worked for another company and was making almost double what Tammy's making. And Tammy's like, nah, I'm sticking with this company. Like, and there was a couple of times where Tammy like had like options like to like leave, and she's like, nah. Like, it wasn't like hard options, but she's like, nah, I'm sticking with the company. And then fucking this happens. And she's just like this has been over like a couple of years. Like, it's not like it's like just the one time, but it's like she stuck with the company. She wanted to she wanted to retire with the company. And yeah, now they kicked her out for no reason. Like, literally, it's not like they're firing her for like something she did. Like, legitimately, she has asked about this. Like, it is literally because they're using the words optimizing, which is downsizing, in my opinion. They're downsizing the company. So that's a shame that they started with Tammy. They should have ended with Tammy, but they started with Tammy, and that's really, I think, the major problem they had. Because if they had ended with Tammy, they wouldn't have to give her a severance. She probably would have just already left. But because she is the first one to go, I think eventually the other people may leave. Maybe they'll save money in the long run. Maybe they won't have to pay severance for all these people. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with my wife, and we're gonna chillax and watch stuff and whatnot. And yeah, I'll have to help her explain this to her sister tomorrow. But sorry for the not playing The Sims. Obviously, you guys can agree that this is a little more important. Um, and yeah, I think that's about everything. Um, I hope that everyone is safe and sound, and I hope I'm wrong about the concept that they're going to just get rid of Company B, but because I don't really want people to be jobless, but we'll see. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed everything though, and I'll see you guys next time.